And we are getting to the most dangerous aspect of the Niger Delta. And, that will be quite unfortunate for the entire country. It's unfortunate because if we allow what is happening to happen, the people of Niger Delta will suffer, the federal government will suffer, Nigerians will suffer, the international community will suffer, and the oil companies will also suffer. That is the stage we are going into. But if government had been sincere, I don't think there's need for all the crises that are involved. But the local government itself is not even helping matters. All they are interested is how much will they get and how much will they share. The state government is also not interested in developing the various part of the Niger Delta that produces the oil. So the issue of maybe the federal government is not also right. The federal government on their part is not doing at all. For instance, the present crisis we have today, federal government got rid of it in the intel that Niger Delta will boil, and certain accommodations were made to avert it. But government felt they had conquered the people, and the people said, no, we can't conquer us. So these are the crises. So I think government needs to do what is needful and resolve the present crisis, or else it will lead us to somewhere we may not imagine.
Now, Chief, some have said that this thing has really escalated because Nigeria is currently producing less than 1 million barrels of crude per day, and Nigeria is broke. We have been told that so many times, and we can see it. We can see the brokenness. Shouldn't we be taking this matter more seriously than we are and talking to these lads?
Well, my advice is that government should be proactive. What we are seeing now is just a tip of the iceberg. This crisis, if not properly handled, will lead to a point where government may not be able to produce a drop of oil or gas, because the boys are determined to make sure they disrupt the production of oil and gas in the region. Government always play into their hands because we advise government to be sensitive. And this government was proactive. The idea of reducing the budget of the Niger Delta Intervention Agency may not arise. Just look at the amnesty program that Yar'Adua introduced. It paid off, and the oil production went up from 700,000 barrels to 2.7 million barrels per day. Mm-hmm. But today, the oil is going down and it will continue to go down. And they continue to destroy more pipelines, they continue to bomb more pipelines until they get what they are looking for. And what are they looking for now? They said they're looking for sovereign state because they have lost faith in the government. But as a security man, I sat back and analyzed the whole situation. What I see is the end of terrorism. And severally, we had warned that when you are fighting terrorism, you must be careful as to curtail it from one area. Government has refused to understand the dynamics of terrorism and how to go about it. Terrorism is gradually sliding towards the southeast and the south-south. And I can see great synergy between the southeast and the south-south in this play. And we need to be very smart and do everything we can. I would say, Mr. President, you personally come down to the Niger Delta and have a Niger Delta summit. If we don't do that and have committees going around, they will be misled into believing that they are doing what is right, but they are not doing what is right. We need a Niger Delta summit for 3 days, and they want to see Mr. President physically, appealing to them. Because this idea of sending military to the Niger Delta can never and will never solve the problem. Because how many will you send to protect the pipelines?
Yeah.
If you want to stop boats, can you stop any? How do you stop them from accessing the pipelines in the creek that are all over the place? Mm-hmm. So I think we need to be proactive and do what is right quickly. Fund the international agencies How can you reduce the budget of amnesty from 68 billion in last year to 20 billion this year? It's unacceptable and it's not fair. How will they pay the stipend? As of today, they are owing more than 4 months because they could not pay the stipends they are supposed to pay. And these boys are now lured back to the creek to cause more havoc. They made them believe that this government is anti-Niger Delta. They made them believe that this government is anti-Ijaw. And so the Delta are ready to die. And it is not a fight of the last time where they want to confront government. This time is a guerrilla warfare whereby you don't even see the operators. Okay. You only go about arresting innocent people and they continue to do what they are doing.
Chief,
they are also being stripped down than ever before.
Chief, if I may come in here, Chief.
But they will not bring their arms until they get to the last drop of oil. Then they will cause more problems. And I can tell you from my investigation, they will not only face Niger Delta this time, because they believe that Lagos benefits a lot anytime there's crisis in Niger Delta. So they will attack Lagos in different ways, so that Lagos will not be safe for any investor to run into.
Chief, sorry,
will not be safe. Kaduna will not be safe. That is the plan they have, and that is what they are trying to do. And the Biafra will be declared, and Niger Delta Republic will be declared, and that will be chaos in the country. And that is not what we want. Because the people of Niger Delta will suffer, the government will fight back, and what is happening in the Northeast will be a child play in the Niger Delta. So, whichever way you look at it, the federal government will not benefit, the Niger Delta will not benefit, nobody will benefit.
Nobody.
Therefore, government must do something quickly to arrest this situation. They must consult widely, they must come down to Niger Delta and discuss with the Niger Delta. Don't sit down in Abuja because you are not seeing what is coming. And I've been saying this over and over and over and over. You believe it or not, look at my past incident. But I want to book around. People don't believe. Until today they are seeing what is happening in Nigeria with Boko Haram. We spent so much billions of dollars and we have not gotten results. So many lives are lost, not gotten results. So I am also moving now, let us avert this danger in Nigeria and live peacefully. That is what I have seen. Okay,
Chief, before we let you go, you're saying that the federal government should come down and discuss with these boys. The question is, who would they be talking to? Because a lot of people out there believe that 73% of the leaders in the Niger Delta are the biggest part of the problem, because they do not allow the developments that are planned for the region to get to where they should get to. They hijack contracts for themselves and their loved ones, so the people on ground in the creeks and in the villages do not get to see development. So who would the federal government be talking to? The people in the village or the leaders who are said to be part of the problem?
First of all, government should fund intervention agencies, the advocacy program, the Ministry of Niger Delta, and the NDDC. When you fund them, they will go to the root and pull out those people into a conference. But if you don't fund them and you start these agencies, how will they go? How will they penetrate the system? How will they go to the village and know who are the people involved? They are not funded, they are crying of funds. And you also change the security agency, like JTF Commander has been changed, who is beginning to have a grip of the place. You have removed him, you brought in a new person who does not understand the dynamics of the place. Government must be sincere. Fund these agencies and trust them with this responsibility, and they will get the solution for you. If you don't trust them and if you don't fund them, whatever you do, they will deceive you, show you the wrong people, collect money from you, and you will never get to the people you are looking for. But we know ourselves in the Niger Delta. And if you get the right process, you will get the right answer.
All right, Chief. Chief Sarigbe is a former security advisor to the former governor of Rivers State, Peter Odili. Thank you for speaking with us. We'll take a moment and we'll come back to continue the conversation. Please don't go away.